That is never possible. More YouTube videos are uploaded per second than there are people on the planet. I just made that stat up. I don't think that's true, but it's a lot of fucking videos per minute that are uploaded to the tubes of you. You got hops, Nick. Hops. Oh, okay, I gotta use my hops more. What about my barleys? Can he single jump and zigzag around the left spike? Huh? Not sure what exactly you mean, but I don't think so. Yeah, it really can get a lot of mileage out of that spike, can't it? By the way, there's a boss every 10 floors, too, so we're getting close to one of those. Getting more angry watching this than you are playing it. Oh, well, I don't mean to make you angry. Are you okay? It's just a game, you know? If you're having an upset time, you don't need to watch. I don't want to make your day worse. I don't mean that as, like, a dismissive way, either. Like, honestly, I don't want to make your day worse. Yeah, I see that. I have 804 viewers according to my account right now. That's fantastic, and thank you to everybody for being here. I'm really glad to have all of you here. Watching me do this ridiculous thing. I don't even know. I made it one level since we started like an hour ago. What is going on? Okay. Freaking doing this upside down now. It's so silly. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I would go to the store and buy one. That's what I've determined I would do for a Klondike bar. I probably wouldn't even do that very often, because Klondike bars are just kind of okay. I mean, I wouldn't turn one down if I didn't have anything. But also, I don't get that worked up about them. If you get, like, the fancier kinds that have, like, other kinds of candy in them, or, like, crunchies, maybe? Like, if you had a Nestle Crunch flavor, I could get into that. But by itself, it's just kind of like chocolate shell that melts everywhere and vanilla ice cream that melts everywhere. They're a lot of hype. I think it's a lot to do with the silver wrapper that people really like those for some reason. Turn your monitor upside down. That would be a lot of work every time. What's your favorite melty food? Do chili cheese dogs count? Nachos? Oh yeah, I just remembered I have pineapple salsa that I'm gonna eat the hell out of later. Speaking of salsa, what goes well with salsa? Tortilla chips. Why the hell are tortilla chips $5? Maybe it's just my local store, but like, holy shit, is there like a shortage of corn? There probably is, right? Because that's crazy expensive. That makes you not even want to buy tortilla chips anymore, that's so expensive. Yeah, I know, I could flip the monitor over too. I don't think the upside down part is what's really inhibiting me here. Do I read a lot of books? I actually don't really read a lot of books. I read more when I was younger. I consider myself a pretty literate person. I kind of put a lot of stock into being articulate, having a good vocabulary, being able to speak clearly and concisely as often as possible. And I do definitely attribute a lot of that to my high ability to read, but I just don't really read a lot of books, unfortunately. I read a lot all day, but I don't necessarily read the, bound, paper and cover form of those. I guess I'm more of a movie guy. I don't know. Nothing wrong with books, by all means. More power to you if you're into lots of books. I kind of appreciate people who are into a lot of books. Usually I can have more in-depth conversations with them. At least about, weird, deep philosophical stuff, but... yeah, just personally, I don't read a lot of books. Drought in California and the West has caused many vegetable prices to go up. Would you name your facial hair? I would not name my facial hair. What is your take on the Ebola outbreak? A lot of fear-mongering, mostly. I mean, it's a terrifying disease, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it is, like, an impotent disease by any means. But I think the media's also used it to drum up a lot of viewership, and I think that that's really doing the world a disservice. If only, and I believe that this is like the smallest of the points that I could put on this, because there's a lot of different points you could go into, but I believe that there is sort of a cry wolf mechanism that could go on when it comes to news media coverage, where everybody gets so desensitized to serious things that when an actual serious thing happens, nobody's going to take it seriously, and it's going to result in that actual action becoming much, much worse and overblown, whereas a little bit of actual good information could have gone a long way to help prevent lives being lost or something like that. Do you read Twitch chat? I certainly do. How do you feel about the Fox News host calling Robin Williams a coward? Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think that guy's an asshole. Alright, see you later, Steel Gamer. Thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. Oh shit, I can just do that. I didn't think that worked. For some reason, I didn't think I could do that. Alright, well, that cuts a jump off of that, I suppose. I can't seem to make it over that one. It's really well put on new e-bullshit. Why are some names in red in your chat? It's because I have a thing on Better Twitch TV set up to highlight names that call me out specifically, so I know to look at those more quickly. Well, I guess we're doing deep chat anyway, so I guess I could go into more of my opinions on this whole thing, but I didn't really want to, because I'm actually really still quite sad about losing Robin Williams. I actually really, really like that guy a lot. And, you know, as many of us growing up in the 90s can probably attribute, like, he's been a pretty constant source of happiness and joy, that particular person. And I've followed pretty much everything he's done since I was a kid. And it's traumatizing and shocking to imagine that he's just not here anymore. He simply doesn't exist. I don't like that, and it makes me really sad, and I don't like to think about it very much, but I guess that's the reality we're in now. I mean, everything is impermanent, and it makes you question a lot of things when someone that seems to be really steadfast like that just vanishes all of a sudden. Especially someone who, I didn't expect that to happen for a long time. I really thought he was going to be, you know, living into, like, his 90s for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but he just seemed like he would be a very permanent fixture in reality. So the idea of someone calling him a coward for committing suicide, I don't know, I just think that so marginalizes all of the existence and the good things that he's done to just sum up his ending as, oh, he's just a coward. Oh, okay, well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to have it. But there's a lot more to a person than the reason that they don't exist anymore. And saying that about someone does not make them and their legacy not still be something that happened. And it seemed like he was trying to take away from him as a person. And he was attacking him, and he was kind of attacking his way of, like, how he reacted with his family. It's like, that's so inappropriate. This dude just passed away. You don't know who he is. You don't know what he's done. You don't know what his memories are. You don't know his struggles, his mental illness. To simply just sum him up like that is just bullshit. I think suicide is the cowardice way out. Does it matter, though? Is there some kind of, like, cosmic pissing contest that we then, like, weigh in on about who was a coward and who wasn't? If you're dead, you just don't exist anymore. There's no more you. So, I mean, in a lot of ways you could look at it that way and just say it just doesn't matter if someone calls you a coward, but why sully their good name over nothing? You know, the people that still exist are gonna hear that. And the people that are grieving their father being gone aren't gonna want to hear that someone calling him a coward. Why be negative over it? Celebrate the good points of his life. We don't get another go through that. And like I said, none of that takes into account any kind of struggles or mental illness that he might be suffering. I would imagine, and I am not well versed enough to say this, I'm not a psychologist, but if you're not struggling from some form of, you know, depression or something that could lead you to feeling that way or having those thoughts, like, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind to commit suicide, hopefully. I think ultimately we all have our own path. We have to do what we have to do. I'm not saying that I'm defending him doing that. I really wish he didn't do that. But trying to marginalize him or take him down for that decision that he made that we can't change anymore doesn't seem appropriate to me. You know, you're ultimately only responsible for your own life at the end of the day. Okay, that is... You're responsible for people that you are responsible for, but you only have your own autonomy, I guess is the way I'm trying to say it. He's actually diagnosed with early signs of Parkinson's. Was he? I don't know, actually, if he was. Yeah, I don't know, Zenith Wolf. Sorry, I might be actually creating competing schools of thought at the same time while I'm trying to play this difficult game. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, Pie Man. That's really nice of you to say. Don't worry about subbing. It's, you know, we just do what we do. That is a really dick jump. And again, I apologize if I have ignorance on this topic. I'm not trying to say anything to bring anyone else down or, you know, trying to misinform anyone. This is just my own take on it. All that really needs to be said is that it's sad he's gone and we should remember the good things about him. I agree. It's just like, have some compassion though. Like, why would you have this massive audience of people who listen to you and you're just gonna tear down someone who's just recently passed away? It seems so weird to me. And like a grown man, like an adult, who's probably gone through his own fair share of struggles and issues, to not have the humility to understand that someone could be dealing with a different set of circumstances than you just seems really amazingly short-sighted and strange to me. Don't double jump there, just fly through the hole. What was your favorite movie of his? I don't know, I really like a lot of his movies. I'm not really sure. You really think I can jump once and get through that? Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to necessarily get into the whole religion thing, Ocean, but that's kind of where that talk ultimately does terminate, and I have already expressed some viewpoints in it that are perhaps polarizing. I don't actually know, was Robin Williams religious? For some reason I imagined that he was Catholic, but I'm not really sure why. What's your opinion on what's going on in Ferguson? I didn't really want to get into that, actually, either. I obviously think it's fucked up, and I'm not happy about it, but I've been echoing those sentiments for months, perhaps several years now, and I really wish we could just sort all this shit out. I think the escalation and militarization of our police force has just gone insane. I am atheist, yes. Yeah, I don't know if I can jump so small as to get through that crack. I might have to do like a weird wiggle move to get around there. He was really quietly Christian. If you remember, he was atheist. Yeah, I mean, I can look later. I mean, it also doesn't really matter that much, I suppose, but I was just kind of curious. Yeah, I really don't know how I could get through that without hitting one of those spikes. Like, that's the smallest jump I can do, right there. But if I do that jump, I'm pretty sure I can't escape the spike on the right. Yeah, and for some reason I just go higher whenever I do that. It says he's Episcopalian, okay. I love Nick just wish you joined YouTube earlier so I could watch more. Well, that's a nice thing to say. Well, we'll see what happens in January to kind of shape my YouTube future. There's a thing happening in January that I can't really talk about. Potentially not a good thing. Also potentially maybe a good thing, but I don't know yet. Depends on a lot of variables that I don't even want to speculate on, really. But there is a chance that come January I might become a full-time Twitch streamer, maybe. We'll see. Try going on the fall down from jumping in that spot. Alright, that's one way I could get through it, and then I guess I do the double jump while I'm halfway through the air there. I guess that is maybe how I'm supposed to do it. Alright, I mean, it's a learning process. I'm also doing it upside down, which is not the easiest thing either. But I'll get it. I will get it. I think I know what to do now. Let's talk about happy things. Cavern King is updated and is nearing the 75... Oh, it's past the 7,500 goal. It's, we're working now on the 10,000 goal. Oops. This path is so ridiculous. Nope. Yeah, this game is all about learning from mistakes, it's true. Sometimes you gotta drastically alter the way that you think you need to go. Other times you just need to do it over and over again until you actually get it right. Sometimes a combination of the two, usually that. When are you gonna do your 24-hour stream watching paint dry? I don't know. Are the movement keys inverted? No, they're still left and right. They correspond with the actual... Wow, what did I... Just didn't jump there, that's silly. There we go. Up. And one little jump. Damn. This level's the definition of insanity. Nah, I'll get it. I already did harder ones than this. Each time I do one of these challenges, I'm actually kind of learning a new skill, which is then going to hopefully be applied later in a way that will become easier. You know, the biggest challenges are just while you're still learning how to approach all of these various things. Have you 100% a desert bus? No, I have not. It's apparently quite a task. There we go. No, I fell a little short there. Really appreciate people who can be atheists and not snide assholes who don't look down on other people or their beliefs. I know of Desert Bus. I watched Dan play it for a while. I don't think I really want to. Still a whole floor of spikes to go. Yeah, I know, right? I'm hoping the second half will be a little bit less traumatic. It looks like I can probably figure out how to do all those tricks. So just gotta do a little tap and then hold right. But I just keep hitting that damn spike there. This game does do a really good job of getting you to be very proficient at all of these moves. Maybe I should start over here. Nope, still didn't work. I need to start on the farthest left corner of that block for it to have a chance. Frozen is the new Hillary Clinton. I don't know what that means, but I like it a lot. What happened to the old Hillary Clinton? Why do we need another one? I don't have that many drunk stories, actually. I don't really do that very often. Unfortunately. Sorry, I don't mean to disappoint, but... the amount of times that I've gone out drinking, or been out drinking with people, relatively small. Probably under 50 times in my life. Donkey! Hey, we got a new donkey to add to the donkey pile. Little neutral one. Welcome, and thank you very much for your support. It really does go a long way to helping me continue to do this for a job. And it says a big, pile of support. So thanks very much to you, and why don't we raise up some rock yahas in chat, please. Drunk stories are tough, you forget a lot. Yeah, I don't really get that drunk hardly ever either. When I get really drunk, I just get sick. That's the thing. So I am very careful, depending on the situation, I guess, more so than other times, to know my limits and not drink too much, because it doesn't end well. I feel like shit for like the whole next day, and I'm throwing up for like 6 hours. And that just kind of like ruins the whole night for everyone, so I don't really want to be that guy. So I try to keep myself to like a 2 to 3 beer per hour time, maybe even a little less than that, like no more than 2 beers per hour. 3 is like I can do that one time for the whole night, and then after that, no. And drink a lot of water. I'm getting worse at this jump now. There we go. Alright, over here. Okay, that's what we want. Now, how the hell do I do this part? If I just hold left, am I just gonna not hit that spike? Oh. It's just a gradual turn. Okay. If you don't want to be that... Well, I don't want to be that guy, not the guy. I want to be the guy for sure. Also, I try to be the responsible one whenever I can, because, like, I know too many horrible stories happen because people have been drinking and lose themselves. And I definitely don't want anybody that I care about to ever become in trouble because they had too much to drink, so, you know, I try to keep myself at least of a level that I can still make good decisions. So that also weighs on my mind a little bit. Alright, so now I want to flip over, then immediately jump. Okay. Now I want to go 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, hit the spike. Okay. If your YouTube is purple for more than 10 hours, you should get it checked. Well, you know, I try. I mean, I'm sure I haven't been 100% perfect with that type of thing, but I guess sometimes you gotta be kind of an ass, right? Other times, though, you should probably let other people have their fun and then make sure everybody's okay. Hey, Ligadig. Alright, now I can get over here. It's a nice round of sad chat, I know, right? That's a 1 jump. And... But! No! Oh, I really thought I was gonna get it. Alright, we'll get it soon now. I know all of the maneuvers that need to be performed. I think I just pressed A slightly too late on that. What's the best way for an indie developer to contact you? Use my contact form on indie-impressions.com, please. Sorry, it wasn't meant to be a throw. It just happened that way. See you later, Phoenix. Ugh. So close, though. My goodness. It's so ridiculous now that the videos of this are gonna be like an hour of me on one level. Well, I guess it's no weirder than Super Feet Boy, right? We've got each other for company. Any tips for someone thinking of maybe starting to do this kind of thing? I don't know, what tips are you after? I'm not really sure how one, like, just starts a fresh Twitch channel, really, because I was very fortunate I had some help. It's been quite difficult. Like, I've wanted to help a lot of streamers, and it's like, a lot of times the channels just don't really take off, unfortunately. I wonder if there's, like, a saturation thing going on here, too. What's your political viewpoint? I don't know, it's a mishmash of a bunch of things. I looked up Super Feet Boy and found a fetish website. Fantastic. You'll want to look for it on YouTube, I suppose. Okay. There we go. Okay, 1 jump. 1 jump. Well, or 2. Doesn't matter there. Now, there's no rest for the wicked. And money don't grow on trees. God damn it. Why won't someone just cage that elephant? Yeah, I try to do raids on channels, and I try to make sure to encourage people to follow the channels when they're good ones, and it's just, like, it's really tough to break out of that early